Hello, Markeedragon, also known as Marcus Eikenberry in real life, and welcome to day 2 of the Eve Challenge. You know, there was so much that happened on day 1 that it felt like a week's worth. And so all of a sudden here, I'm on day 2 and I go, holy shit, how much more do I have ahead of me? It's been pretty amazing. So it's been actually quite exciting. And in fact, Rolas, Rolas, you are considered our corp leader. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay, and so now it was pretty exciting, pretty exciting on day 1. For several reasons. One, I seemed to get a bounty of over 600 million ISK on me, which and then I was informed that people want to like mount my dead body as a trophy or something like that. Can you explain that to me?
I think they said they wanted to violate your frozen corpse.
Awesome. What is this? Is there really something from killing another person that you get some sort of badge? So the person who kills me, are they going to get some sort of badge or something like that for it?
They're going to get your name on their kill board, which is an off-game website tracking kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But the real prize is if they kill your pod after they kill your ship, and then they can have your corpse.
Awesome. So
I'm guessing that will sell for somewhere near 1 billion ISK.
Really? So I'm a hot commodity.
If it's linked to a legitimate kill on the kill board, it will be.
Yeah. Okay. And so explain this to me. What does it mean? Okay. So what are the kill boards?
It's a website tracking. There's a bunch of different companies that run those, people that run those, but there's an individual tracking system where the actual kill mail that is produced when you die, that shows that shows your fitting, how good or how bad it was, and how many people got on that kill is all tracked.
Okay. And so are there other famous people in game that it's really like a really big badge of honor to have killed that person?
Several, yes.
Okay. I was just wanting to make sure I wasn't being singled out.
Anybody that people know.
Okay, so this bounty is pretty incredible actually. 602 million. What was more incredible was how much money I was given, or ISK. So I'll be funded most definitely for a while. I'm at 1.1 billion ISK. So that was pretty interesting.
You're not going to burn through 1 billion ISK as a newbie unless you start flying shinies.
Yeah, and but I don't have really enough skill points to do that well, do I?
No.
Yeah, I didn't think so. So
I love your intro, by the way. That is freaking awesome.
Yeah, a lot of fun.
You need the only thing in the background you need is like dun, 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 dun.
Oh, okay. Music acquisition. We'll see. I'll have to test that. So, something very dramatic drum roll. And then you hear the gulping of Dr. Pepper.
Or a
So, okay, now, I guess just to finish up with yesterday, or with the last day of play, day 1. I think that I had so much crammed into my head with that I really my headphones are holding it all in, keeping it from falling out my ears. So
that would be one way of putting it.
Yeah. I mean it. And I actually got lambasted a little bit for having gone out into a battle right off the bat and everything. People are like, well, that's not really the experience that most players would have, but I do think that this is certainly my experience as a new player. While it not be necessarily the norm, it is what it is. So, and I'm enjoying it. I really am. So, and Rolas was talking before we started the show about whether or not I'd make it the 30 days and whether or not I'd make it beyond, and and I can tell you that at this point, definitely I'm making the 30 days. There ain't no problem with that. Even if I get blown up, a whole bunch of times before then, fine, so be it. But and beyond that, I think that my feeling at this point is that at the very least, I'll be coming in for special events or for a day of play with others. Maybe some Saturdays and stuff like that, and I will always be training skills. So no matter what. Just because you don't want to let that lapse. So.
And you won't be the only person being blown up.
Oh yes,
One
I'm
of
sure.
the people that war decked us has killed 56 ships so far.
Okay, so tell me about that. I understand that we had 2 war decks on day 1, and now we're on day 2. And how many war decks do we have total?
We have
3 with 1 pending.
Yeah, and then we have 2 allies that have joined us.
Okay. And now you got kind of cut out. How many do we have total?
We have 3 total.
Okay.
And 2 allies have joined us.
So who's the third one that just hit us?
It's a small corp with 2 people in it.
Oh, but I thought that we had I just heard that we had a bunch of ships already taken out by it.
But that's the first one.
That's the first one. Okay. Okay, so would you say it's likely I'm going to die today?
I don't know. You might get away with today.
Okay. Well, maybe I'll have to have some sort of death timer, something like that, just to see how long I actually make it. So, okay. Well, I think that that the best course of action for right now is going through some of these tutorials and picking up on some of the things which I didn't get to in the first place, and then also with that, it's great having you guys here because I can probably get through these a bit quicker, or actually maybe it'll take longer. Maybe we'll just get further explanations of everything. But
We'll try not to sidetrack too much today.
yeah, well, we shall see. It's okay on some stuff. So when we're going to end today, so 3 hours from now, we're going to switch over to, or 3rd episode if you're watching this, we're going to switch over to doing a roundtable, and we'll do that on a Google Hangout. So I think that we'll kind of end every day that way, just figuring out what happened and kind of a brain dump of everything. And and I got to get my ship spinning here. Let's see. Oh, wait. My counter started over. Why did that happen?
Yeah. It doesn't accumulate.
Oh my goodness. Well, I ain't
It's
ever
a
making
single
that.
session.
I am never making that 10,000 club then. I can tell you that. So that ain't gonna happen.
That's definitely an OCD medal right there.
Yeah, I'd have to macro that, and that's probably a violation of the terms of service. So not be something I would do.
You could always use your ball bearing.
My ball bearing. Well, how can I use that to make it spin?
Roll it back.
Oh, you can get on one side and really move on it and get you can get it cranking.
Yeah. Okay. Well, for another time, I guess, when I'm really bored and we want to and we want to just play a little music on the video and just skirt past everything.
Poor video quality or content.
Yeah. So, okay. Well, okay. So now
You're making all your little people in the ship sick.
Oh, was that everything coming out the side hatch? Sick like throwing up. Okay. Anyway, so let's. Okay, so I'm going to look here at contracts, and and I hope this isn't too boring, but at the same time, those of you who are just watching this, that maybe you're playing, maybe you won't have to do this if you understand, if you're just listening to this or watching this while you're doing something else. So for the rest of you noobs out there, which there should be a few of us in here. Okay, so contracts, formalized agreements. Now, he's not here today. It was Black Avo. He sent me a contract which had a ship in it. And so...
Big mining badge.
Yeah, called I Hate Mining. Oh, I got another bounty on me. Okay, so might frequently require my attention in the journal. So, okay, I just feel like going through these things with is kind of like divided attention, or maybe not so interesting. But please open the contracts window before continuing. Okay. So, no contracts found. Contract has been assigned to me. Got another bounty placed on me. Okay, I must have missed something. Contracts already in progress can be viewed through the journal. Frequently require your attention. Okay, so...
Oh, I did have something to tell you. This new war deck that went active, I got some more intel on them, and even though it's only 2 guys, they both sit in Arnon, and Arnon is where we were going to have you do this Sisters of Eve epic arc. So,
well,
we're going to be suspending the Sisters of Eve path unless we get some other guys in there to run interference.
Okay.
Yeah, if anybody that is currently there, we did go set up a safe spot in the corporation locations for anybody that's stuck in there with people camping outside that they can walk to as soon as they leave.
Okay. Now,
that's kind of step 42, though. Let's keep you on tutorials.
Yeah. And I'm just looking here. I've had a bunch more bounties placed here. They seem to be just streaming in as we start out here. So Kip Duran has placed another 100,000 on me, and then Zuritis, another 1 million. Another 25 million from Janice Ezra. Another 100,000 from SW Paddock. He's from a foreign race, obviously. I can't even pronounce it. So, okay, and I think that there's actually more coming in as we go, because I keep seeing it flash that there's a bounty on me. So, okay, goodness. How do you refresh this screen? Oh, I just did it. Okay, by going away from it and then coming back to it again.
You just click on the number or the category again. It'll reload.
So I've had a dozen of them here. So, oh, it's one guy over and over again. He wants to make sure that it's this SW Pakabadawar. How do you? Why does somebody name themselves something like that unless they're like a spammer? Because it's pretty crazy.
This is where the mark all as written comes in.
Yeah, well, I figure that half of the reason that people are placing these bounties on me is because they want to be noticed, and so he's gotten his airtime here. Okay, so and they just keep coming in. I don't know what's going on here, but He's placing a lot of money on my head, so I'm assuming that this will update at some point. Okay, I'm going to ignore those for the moment. Spam my bank account, which somebody did here. Oh, they did just a little bit more. Somebody sent 500,000 disk. Scarlet Maru. Okay. Okay, so for the tutorial, let's see. Now, it talks about contracts here, and that I can find it in my journal. Is there another spot for contracts? Let's see here.
There is, in
Definitely
fact,
seems to
another
be.
spot.
Because it tells me to open the contracts window before continuing, and obviously this journal where I'm in contracts is not the contracts window that it wants me to go to.
If you were to click the Eve menu up in the top left and then go down to business and contracts,
Okay. Guess
could try
that would
that.
be it. Okay. Oh, look at that, and it automatically went to the next step. Okay.
Have you tried hitting fetch contracts?
Where is fetch contracts at?
The middle of screen.
Middle of the screen?
Yeah, in the journal window.
Oh, well, I'm out of the journal now, or the journal is.
That's okay.
Yeah, no, I did hit fetch contracts and nothing happened. So, okay. So it looks like okay, there's a limit on the outstanding contract per person, but the proper skills can increase that number. Contracting being one, and corporation contracting being another. Okay. In other words, don't use verbal contracts. So, guys, a contract will allow me some safety in doing an exchange. Would that be correct?
It basically allows you to trade over a long distance without having to be in the same station.
Okay. Now, I also understand that there is some profession of actually doing transports like these. Is that true?
Oh, you can do basically anything that'll earn you money. Everything in Eves is about the money. You gotta try and get there.
I wouldn't say it's a profession. It's it doesn't pay much for the investment.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely a profession when it comes to
But
scam.
yeah.
Okay.
So
Well,
we
this
just
is-
finished a whole weekend of an event called Burn Jita, where anyone that was flying those types of ships, the freighters, was completely raped.
Yeah, I saw Somer Blink. I was on their page, and they said that there was a delay in some of the prizes being delivered because of Burn Jita, and they said that if you need to go sooner, go directly to Jita. And I didn't quite know what that meant, but so this Burn Jita thing is were they just trying to stop all commerce, or?
It's a way to manipulate the market, and during a time that group isn't at war, just to do something.
Mm-hmm. I heard it was an annual thing that they do, or is it more often
They do
than
it.
that?
They do it as often as they can. They
Really?
also do another event that's called Hulkageddon, where they focus on miners.
Really, and so they just all go out blowing up every miner they can find.
Yeah, that's a very structured event, though. Big prizes.
Really, and who gives out the prizes? Is it just like that
Big corporations.
Yeah, but why would a corporate? Is it just that they're giving a prize? It's not because there's no money to be found in it, or?
No,
Just
there's a large contingent of very big corporations that do lots of production, and so if they kill everything, all the prices go up.
Oh, okay. And so then they can pay out these bounties or whatnot, and then they make more money.
Oh God, yes.
Mm-hmm. So that sounds interesting.
Market manipulation.
It's just as PvP as actual PvP is.
Right. It's war. It's like our blockade on Cuba, except nobody really makes money off of it.
Someone does.
Well, the
It's
Cubans.
Eve Monopoly.
It's an
The
even
people
monopoly.
importing Cuban cigars that otherwise you can't get.
Oh
They're
yeah.
being charged incredibly high prices.
I saw they were readily available in Canada when I was there last. So, it's just probably not legal to bring them into the States. Okay, so I'm just reading this boring contract stuff. I don't see, several people that just really encouraged me to do these contracts on air, but I'm just not seeing how it's.
I have a great idea, Markee. I have a great idea. For a prize giveaway, we're gonna have you pod yourself
What?
and gather your corpse and put it up on contracts in an auction.
But it's not. But it's not legit. It's not a legit kill. Won't that make it worth a lot less?
It's still your corpse.
Okay, that just sounds so morbid.
It's a collector's
It's your clone's corpse.
It's my clones. Oh, that makes me feel better. I guess in Ultima Online that sometimes as a player killer, you'd just while the other person was there watching as a ghost or whatnot, after you killed them, you'd sit there and chop up their body. But I don't know, Rolas. I'm not sure I like that idea. Now, the first person who actually kills me or whatnot, they can put it up on auction and we can watch it and go ooh and ah about it and have some fun with that. So
I think the first thing we need to teach you is how to get away from a kill in your corpse so you don't give them away readily.
okay, and I think that I don't know what I'm doing there, so that might be good. So, I think that this whole doing tutorial things, it's just not going to happen. So, I'll resume that offline or whatnot, not broadcasting, just because it, I don't know, doesn't seem very interesting to me. So, okay. My bounty is up to 128 million, and or 628 million. Okay, so for now, when I get killed here, and golly, Ferdinand Dahmer.
We probably should have teed that up better. If we'd have told you they were career agents that would have trained you, that would have been better than if we'd have said they're tutorials for the newbie.
Well, I don't know, but Janice, the bounty was just to amuse me, and then sent me 25 million ISK. Yes, and Zoretis added a bounty also and sent another million ISK to me. Okay, so tell me, how do I protect so it'd be basically protecting my pod once I get my ship blown up, correct?
Yeah, they have to get your ship, kill the ship, and then get your pod and kill the pod to get the corpse.
Mm-hmm. And so the information that we're talking about me learning is how to get away with my escape pod once I've had my ship blown up. Okay.
That's
so we don't have to kill me to simulate that, do we? So what is the information that I need to know with that?
Pods warp very quickly, and Eve queues up actions. So if just before you die and you know you're going to die, you pick an object in your overview, like the sun or something that you can warp to, and just spam the warp to button in the top right hand corner. As soon as you die, if you've been queuing up those actions, your pod should warp out of there before they can stop it.
Okay.
You just got to keep hitting that warp to button.
So,
That's the easy way to do it, at least.
okay, so I could probably simulate that by undocking and then, I don't know. It's just really basically how fast you can hit warp 2, right?
Yeah. Since you're at war, the very first thing you want to do right now is open up your local window.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm in local. Yeah. Okay, I've got it open.
And scan up and down. Well, let's get you the local window. Oh, you've got the minimized. Okay, so there's no red stars in
Nope.
system with you, so
Nope.
there's no war targets there.
Right. Right.
So that's the first thing you always do before you're going to undock is make sure that there's no war targets in your system that are going to kill you on the station as you undock.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so then I guess I'm gonna undock. And let's see. How do I check the status of my ship before I head out? Like, I need more ammo, I think. And so
Open up your fitting window and see how much ammo your turrets currently have loaded into them.
fitting window. Okay. And let's see here.
So you're about half on each.
Oh, I see. You tell by the dots there, huh?
The blue, the white lines and the black bits above them.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Now, how do I? Let's see. I want to look in my cargo hold because I thought that maybe I put more of these in my cargo hold. I suppose to reload. So it'd be under assets, right?
There's
No.
a little cargo icon in the bottom left. It's the second icon up
Okay.
of that fitting window.
Okay. So it looks like
Click that. That'll open up your cargo.
it says I have 19,400 of these. That's probably too many to be carrying around with me, huh?
Yeah, just a couple.
Okay, so now I guess I'm going to figure out.
Yeah, just drag it on top of each of those stacks and it'll fill it up.
Okay, so I just drag it on top of each one of these stacks and it'll fill it up. And, oh, okay, there we go. They are all full now. So I still have 19,000 of them left. And so now I only used, for that fighting that we did, I only used half of them. How much should I really be carrying with me?
I wouldn't carry more than 1,000, 1,500 of that of one type ever.
Okay. And so now, how do I put these back in? See, I'm here. Do I just drag this down into here? No. How do I put these back into space dock where they're protected?
Okay, so you're on the right there on where in that same window where the asset is. There's a tab up there that says I can't read it, but it's your hangar. There's another tab there. You're looking at the cargo of the ship. Yeah.
Okay.
And so you should have an assets window there, unless.
I don't see anything like that. Index.
Hit the escape key.
Okay.
And under general settings, there's a button there that says merge items hangar, something like that. Right in the middle, merge items and ships.
Into station panel. Okay. Okay. So I've done that. Maybe I need to open that up again.
Yeah. Now the station assets window on the far right now has at the bottom of it ships and items there.
Okay.
So click on items, and you can now drag from your ship to the items tab.
Okay. So now if I wanted to drag just partially, how would I drag just some of them?
Hold the shift key down.
Oh, there's a window that came up. Okay. So I'll just take maybe 1,000. and that should be more than enough, I think. Okay, so I've got an extra 1,000 in my bay in case I run out. Okay. Now I also I wonder if
Just
yeah.
a quick check from the stream. Do you have a skill currently training?
Yes, I do, and so what?
I think it's already finished. You gotta queue up another one.
But I had, God, I thought I had like 27 hours worth or something. Well, maybe
yeah, it's been more than that.
Yeah. Huh. Well, I did it yesterday though. But okay. So
You have to hit apply after you add the skills over there, or it doesn't save.
oh really? I wonder if I didn't do that. So I need electronics 3 and engineering 3. I don't know if I have anything else in here that that's small. Let's see, high-speed maneuvering. I learned that one finally. I needed that. I got that extra book in my items because I was dumb and bought it twice. And is this these turrets, are they considered small projectile? What?
The turrets are for a different type of a ship than what you have now.
Well, I'm looking at the ship that I have right now, and oh, these are cannons. Gating cannons. Okay, I thought they were turrets for some reason.
They fit on a turret slot.
Oh, okay. Okay. So
Now you've created the ultimate newbie faux pas.
oh, awesome.
You have a shield ship with a shield. I think that's an extender on there, but you've added armor repping to the lows. You've dual tanked that ship.
Oh, and this is the armor repair. Is that armor repping?
Yeah, that's that item you just dropped in the bottom down there.
Oh. Okay.
So you can dual tank, but typically you dual tank if you're going to be bait.
And what do you mean by bait? Why would I want to be bait?
You're the shiny, juicy target that has more tank than the enemy thinks you do, and then your friends are one jump out and they come rescue you.
But isn't it good to have
Try and
more
trick
armor?
people into attacking you. You want to focus on one or the other. You generally want just shield tanking or just armor tanking.
Okay. Okay. Now, I think I also needed another power core in here, and I was training some stuff up for that.
You've got you've got quite a bit of power left. You see the red bar at the bottom?
Mm-hmm.
So you've got power available to you.
Okay. So I don't need to dump that in unless
Yeah.
I start to run low. Okay.
Yeah.
Now,
But one of your modules is actually offline. The stream in here is helping us out.
so one of the modules, medium shield extender, is offline.
Yeah, that's an extender, not a repper or booster.
Okay, and this is the one that's offline. Put online.
Sufficient power.
Okay, so and I was just going through the stuff that I got from this pack. I figured it all went on this ship if they gave it all to me.
Yeah, that's a shield extender 2, which requires significantly more training. So you won't be able to use that for a while.
Okay,
But
so
you can put one in there that's not that high, and it's a medium. This is a small ship.
So should I take that unit off of the ship then?
Yeah, you won't. Yeah, you're gonna have to have a lot more skills for you to get that on.
Mm-hmm. And then what about? I also have this micro warp drive. Should I be considering putting that on there?
You can put a micro warp drive on there. You've already got an AB on there, an afterburner. But you probably on this fit you wouldn't put both.
Wouldn't put both. Okay, so I may as well just
can.
leave it.
And again, that's for specific specific reasons.
Mm-hmm.
But one of the things you want to put on there is that damage control 1 that's sitting up there?
Damage, yes. Mm-hmm.
You should put that in your low.
Okay. And let's see what.
That's going to increase your resistances and keep you alive in your hull to get away if you do have that chance.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So it's I don't know, a buff. I guess in like WoW terms. Okay. So I think that's okay. So I think that's all of my items that are here, and and I've got skills training, and I think maybe I should.
So you can see at the bottom, you've got a lot more power grid PG open, and you've still got some CPU.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So you have room to improve that fit even more, and then you've got rigs that fit on the right over there that you haven't even started to look at yet. So this gets infinitely more complicated.
Mm-hmm. Did probably I don't know. Did you have a suggested fitting on your? Well, where's the? There's some other ships that we were gonna do. Should I pop into one of those and start working on, fitting all of that?
Let's do 2 things. I want to show you how you can undock and get intel and look at what's going on during a station camp, and I'll explain what that is in a second.
Okay.
And then I want to show you how to get away in your pod.
Okay. Without blowing me up first.
Yes.
I have
Although, if you really want, I can do that. I am at the same station as you.
Yes. Well, that would be lovely.
So optimally, you want to have other members that are with you, and you can just say, hey, is my station clear? And they can warp to a distance at the station and see that for you.
Mm-hmm.
But this is the way you can do it on your own. But so, step 1, you're going to open up local, make sure that there's no red stars in there.
Right. Okay, done.
And then hit the undock.
Okay.
Okay, the first thing you're going to do is you've got that little capacitor control thing at the bottom there. You're going to hit the minus key. You want to stop the ship.
Okay. Ship
And then
is stopping.
take a look at your overview. Do you see your overview has no flashies? No flashies over there?
And this is up on the right, the general overview. There's nothing flashing on it.
So there's no war targets outside your station.
Okay.
But you have to stop your ship, because otherwise, while you're doing this, if you're in a fast ship, you'll move outside of the docking range of the station.
Okay.
Now sort your overview by distance there.
Okay. Done.
And so your station's going to be the closest thing to you, typically.
Right.
And you're at 0, which means you're inside the docking ring.
Okay.
So you can immediately redock by clicking on the station and hitting the D key, or clicking on the selected item, and there's a dock button up there.
Okay. I just tried hitting the D key, just seeing what that was like. So. Okay.
So if the station, let's say you have war targets in system, and you don't have any support, and you want to get out of the station, and you want to see if you can actually warp away, get away. You'll undock like that. Hit that stop key. You can also use the space bar.
Space
will
bar.
Stop your ship.
Okay. Okay.
And as soon as if you see red flashies out there and you're not going to be able to get away, they're within range to kill you, you can spam that dock button. You have a period of about 20 seconds of invulnerability that will prevent you from getting targeted and shot at.
I'm hitting the space bar a bunch. It ain't doing shit.
Yeah.
Shift space.
Why? What is shift space?
You need to have also selected the station.
Control space. Control space, actually.
Okay.
Sorry.
That hotkey's not so hot.
That would explain why I've died on the station so many times.
Okay.
Okay, so that anyone can use when station camped to get out of the station and get intel. So let's say we've got a fleet coming in that's going to help you.
Mm-hmm.
You'll be able to undock for a period of just 20 seconds and tell us what types of ships are out there so we can prepare to take them out.
Oh, interesting. And okay.
So when you're reporting intel, war intel, you say, I've got these characters in local with me and they're flying these ships.
Okay. Not that I'd be able to look at all of that and know exactly what I'm seeing and pop back in all within 20 seconds and talk intelligently.
You do it over and over and over again until you have it.
Oh, okay. So they can't hit you that fast?
You have this period of invulnerability that they cannot lock you and target you for 20 seconds.
Okay.
Now, if you're in a system like JITA, which is the biggest trade hub in all of EVE, it's notoriously laggy, and so it can take you up to 20 seconds sometimes just to load all of the elements there. So you could die a black screen death before you and end up in a pod before you even get out of the station.
Okay. I am familiar with that in other games. So. Okay. So now I'm able to.
This is another reason to have your invites turned off, because war targets can spam you with invites. They've ruled that as a exploit, and you can report it. But people still do it. You can spam somebody coming out with invites to fill their screen up so they can't get redocked in that 20 seconds.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I could see that. So okay, now that I'm out, should I head over to a gate and then just I don't know what should I do next to? You talked about going someplace.
We're going to show you this escape pod thing here. You're sitting on station. If a war target comes in, you can just hit dock. So this is the safest place for you.
Okay. Okay.
Somebody else want to do that one?
It's basically as simple as picking an object and slamming your warp 2 button.
Okay. And so, and in the objects that are in the right, should I choose? I mean, like here. Now I see that there is an object here. It looks like a planet that I can see on the screen.
Yeah, you don't want to pick something that's going to be harder to do. You got adrenaline pumping. You want to pick something from the overview, and you don't want to pick a station because likely you've been shooting at them, so you're going to have aggro, and there's going to be a period of time that you won't be able to dock. It's 60 seconds.
Okay.
So you'll land on station. You'll be spamming the dock button. You'll think you're docked, but you won't dock. So when he says celestial, he's talking about yes, a moon or a planet, but you want to get it in your overview. So let's get actually one of the worst things you could ever do is the sun, but it'll keep the overview clean. So let's load the sun into your overview.
Well, if it's one of the worst things I could ever do, why would I want to practice doing that?
Because if we load up the planets, you're going to have a screen full of stuff here.
Oh.
Basically, a lot of the EVE University sort of standard is that you have a bunch of different tabs on your overview, and one of the ones they recommend is what they call the pod saver tab, which when your ship is going to die, you just click to the pod saver tab and it's got a list of like all the different celestial objects that you can warp to.
Okay.
And, I mean, you can do that, but that takes time and it can be fairly confusing to actually set it up correctly. So just adding the suns is easy, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, we can add it, and then you can duplicate that technique with something else.
I just got a dual request.
Decline that. Move your little screen around so you can see the sun. And then just right-click on the sun and add to overview.
I have no idea where the sun is.
It might be behind the planet.
Okay. So.
Oh, wow.
In that case.
All right. So right-click on the overview. I don't know what is that even called? Those little bars.
The menu.
At the top of the overview, there's 4 little bars that look like an Eve.
Mm-hmm.
Right-click that.
Right-click
and
it.
Open Overview Settings.
Okay. Got it.
And then on the tab that says Display, you're going to choose Celestial and then Sun.
On the tab that is Display.
Items, it's that first tab there. It's selected. Hit Celestial and then Sun within Celestial.
Okay.
Now, when you save that, you'll see the sun appear in your overview. Now it's that solid symbol.
Okay. And to save it, I just close the window.
Yeah.
Ah, there it is. Okay.
So you can do that with any celestial object. You can do that with anything. There's hundreds of items to choose from in there.
Mm-hmm.
But these celestials that you put in there are items that will appear no matter where you are in the system. I wouldn't warp there.
Oh, I already am. You know, got to keep it exciting.
As a flood of war targets jump in system.
Possibly. I'll just have to jump someplace else, huh?
Yeah. So if you were dying at the sun and you knew that you were going down and your ship was, in structure and the little symbols were screaming at you,
Mm-hmm.
what you'd do is you'd want to align to something. In this case, it would be the sun.
Okay. And so you
And,
just align to? Oh,
You align
interesting.
to the sun before you die so that your ship is pointing in that direction when your pod pops out.
Oh, okay.
And then you're going to click once on the sun.
Click once on the sun. What do you mean by that?
On the overview icon.
Okay.
Left click
Okay.
on the sun.
Okay.
And it's going to appear in your selected items. And there's a button up there that says Warp to. Second one over.
Okay.
And right before you die, you're just going to spam the crap out of that button. Spam, 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 spam. And the
Okay.
moment that you die, that pod will be aligned. You'll instantly warp out. And no one will be able to lock you in high sec. If you do that correctly, you'll never lose your pod.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
If you are in nullsec, which will be later this month, they can put up an interdiction bubble, and your pod will not be able to warp.
Okay. Now, when I'm going to a, so now I'm heading back to the space station, and now I was able to just select to dock there. So immediately when I show up there, I'm going to dock. Is that right?
You can, or you can hang outside.
Well, I'm just wondering, if there was hostiles and I was trying to get in, or would I just avoid it altogether?
As the pod, yes. You'd be warping to your celestial. The moment you land, you're going to bounce that warp. That timer will have expired before you finish your next warp, and you're going to warp to some station or a gate and safe up.
Right, and so, but they don't. Do they? If I warp in like that, do they have time to hit me while I'm docking?
They can, but we're going to set you up a little bit later. Too much today. We're going to set you up with another technique that will always put you at 0. I'll briefly explain the process. When you warp to an object, the game randomly lands you within 2,000 meters of the point that you've selected.
Okay.
The station has a docking ring, so what you're warping to is actually the docking or the edge of the bubble. You're actually warping to that edge of the bubble, not the physical side of the station. So the docking ring extends 200 meters beyond the bubble, but you can land up to 2,000 meters away from there. So if someone's got a very fast locking ship, and this happened to one of our guys yesterday, and they warp to 0 on the station, they could actually land 2,000 meters away from the docking ring, and then they've got to slow burn in before they can dock.
Mm-hmm.
So he got popped in that little 2,000 meters before he could get into the station. So what we'll do later is we'll get you bookmarks set up on any station that you're going to be in, and you'll use, instead of clicking on an object in space, which we call the celestial, you're not going to warp to those items when there's war targets in system. You're going to warp to that special bookmark that's going to put you at 0 every time.
Okay, interesting. So, okay, well, I think for this episode, this is the end of this episode, but for you guys who are here on Twitch, don't go anywhere. We're going to do some drawings here in a minute. And for you guys on YouTube, you just have to wait for the next episode tomorrow. So, be right back, everybody.
Oh, no, maybe she told them, yeah, she happened to